Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Olive Oil's Pizzeria and More, 930 Brookline Boulevard. It's a rainy night in Pittsburgh, but got guests here. Smoking Jim made it. That's a break. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. We got plenty of sports to talk about. You all know Smoking Jim Frazier, NFL scout, Steelers scout, model scout, you name it. He scouts just about everything. If you're going to start betting, do the opposite of Smoking Jim Frazier. That's all my advice for you after this weekend and after the Super Bowl. But we want to thank you for watching us on Comcast 7, only in Bethel Park. Thanks also watching us on Verizon 32 in Bethel Park and all the way from Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford, and all points in between. We're on every Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, 7 o'clock to 8. One of our Pittsburgh Sportsline shows are on. And thank you for watching at our Facebook page. 6,855 likes. We appreciate you watching and liking our shows. And we've got a great show for you tonight. What's on Your Mind is sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. They're right past Trax Farm in Mineral Beach, right in Finleyville, 7 miles from my house. You can give them a call. I thought I had his number memorized, but I'm a little sketchy right now. 724-348-4175. He works on anything and everything that runs on gas. He inspected my car. Smoking Jim went there 2 weeks ago. He got tires and an inspection. How's that driving?
Good, smooth.
Call Skeets up. Tell him Al Levine, the talking machine, sent you. And Smoking Jim Frazier co-signed that. We've got a great show coming up. We're going to first start with What's on Your Mind? Smoking Jim Frazier.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
Don't break it.
you got to see Levine. Big hand for Hall of Fame photographer Frank Fabus is in the house. I tell you what, for the last 2 months I've been hearing that Coach Eric Coryell should be in the Hall of Fame. Coach Tom Flores should be in the Hall of Fame. This coach should be in. That coach should be in. What about Bill Cowher? Bill Cowher has 161 wins. He got a Super Bowl championship. He was two-time NFL head coach of the year. Rod Woodson is the greatest cornerback in NFL history. He was coached by the Chin. Jerome Bettis, coached by the Chin. Alan Faneca, the greatest guard in NFL history. He was brought in by the Chin. Casey Hampton, brought in by the Chin. Troy Polamalu, the greatest safety in NFL history. He was brought in by the Chin. Heath Miller, Hines Ward, Joey Porter, James Harrison, and one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, Big Ben, all brought in by the Chin. How about Bill Cowher's head coaching tree? Dom Capers, Jimmy Haslett, Marvin Lewis, Dick LeBeau, Shane Gailey, Mike McCarthy, Ken Wisenhunt, and Bruce Arians. And I'm going to include Coach Mike Tomlin in that because Coach Mike Tomlin got all of Bill Cowher's players, coaches, and won a Super Bowl with Bill Cowher's system. Next year, Alan Faneca and Troy Polamalu will go into the NFL Hall of Fame. But before that happens, it's time to get the Chin in.
Sorry, guys. Way to hit it.
Hey, is Smoking Jim done yet? Because I'm deaf. And if he said the same things I think he said about the Chin should be in, the Chin will not be in. He couldn't manage a clock very well. He did win one Super Bowl. Of course, he didn't have a top quarterback his whole career. But the Chin's not going to be in. Oh, sorry, Smoking Jim. That wasn't on my mind, but it just jogged something there. It'd come out of nowhere. What's on my mind is I believe in people getting second chances, although they got to show that they're actually apologizing. The mistake on the lake, I have empathy for the Browns and how their system has been. Baker Mayfield come out and straighten the team out and has done well. Now they got a new running back. They just signed Kareem Hunt to a 1-year contract. They still haven't finished the investigation on him, and he did apologize for at least 3, 4, 5 incidents that he had, and he's not going to do it again. But that's what's on my mind. Is he ready for his second chance yet? We'll find out. We got great guests coming up. We're going to start right now. Smoking's Jim's BFF is here. Here's the mic for you.
All right, thank you.
So tell them what you do. Well, tell them the first thing. We know you're CMU's head coach of baseball.
Yes, it's my 14th year at Carnegie Mellon.
What'd you start when you're 25?
18. I was 18. Well, no, my first year as an assistant coach at Quaker Valley, I was 18 years old. 23 at Quaker Valley, head coach. I was the youngest one at WPIL.
Really?
Then I became one of the youngest coaches. Now I think I'm like the second oldest around. You know, but
the calendar doesn't lie.
No, but I do.
I've never been this old before.
But I do. But yeah, I've been there 14 years. I've been coaching since '83. As I said, I've been scouting professionally.
Congratulations.
Thank you. For a company called the Global Scouting Bureau. It's a pro baseball scouting company. I've been there since 2001. Just started working with the American Boxing Federation in the front office.
How did that happen? I know you're a big boxing guy.
We were announcing fights that you were there, and then I talked to this lady, and one thing led to another. And I also have a podcast that I asked her to be on, and she thought it was wonderful, and she asked me to be on the front office.
On the board.
Yeah. And then also,
so you're an official then with them?
Yeah, I'm in the front office. It's a regular championship belt, and we're trying to build it up to. Maybe not be where the WBC, WBA, IBF is.
Well, I can't keep track with the alphabet letters here on every award.
This is one of them. But and I'm also working with a company called SLG Sports Entertainment out of Pittsburgh.
More symbols.
Lee Davis. We're doing something called the Legends Division. I've been fortunate enough to know a lot of former athletes from the 70s to the 90s and getting them speaking engagements, appearances, things like that. So I've been very busy, but everything's good. But the podcast, as I said, that's
How is that podcast going? I've heard about it. I've heard a couple of your shows.
Luther and Jim are the most popular guys on there. You're
really?
Going to come on soon. Everybody loves them.
I'm waiting in the wings. I know he'll call me up, folks.
I've had Rocky Blyer on. Vince Papali's on tomorrow, the story Invincible. Jim Rooker, Sid Bream, Al Oliver. I've had numerous guys on. As I said, Luther. Roman Gabriel.
Get
on. Yeah, so I've had a lot of good guys.
Who's your best so far?
Jim and Luther. I'm serious.
But he gets quiet, though.
No, he doesn't. He does a great job. But I have Vince Papali's coming on, Bob Backlund, former WWF champion, coming on, Vinny Paz, the boxer,
all kinds of sports.
Yeah, all sports. Pierre LaRouche was on. Yeah, Pierre's a good guy.
How's his golf game?
Excellent. That's where we met. I mean, he can really bang the hell out of the ball. Yeah,
I've heard nothing but good things about him. I'm actually friends with him on LinkedIn.
Okay, yeah, he's a good guy, and they're all good guys, and they're great interviews, and they have great stories that they're willing to share.
Sure.
You know, and so it's something I've always wanted to do. The two things I've always wanted to do outside of what I'm already doing, the coaching and the scouting and all that, is to do something like a celebrity placement business.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate enough to meet Lee Davis of SLG Sports Entertainment, and then the podcast. I have 4 sponsors, so it's going well.
Really?
Going well, yeah.
Who's your sponsors? Mention that.
Aspire Pediatric Therapy, Clearfield Jefferson Primary Care Associates, Roscoe Hearing and Allergy Care Center. They're in DuBois and also in Banksville, and then Traeger Physical Therapy in Wexford. So they're great.
How about Ebony Magazine? No,
they wouldn't pay to be on. But everything's going well, thank God.
No, that's great. I'm happy for you.
And we're gonna have
you
come on as a guest and go over some things. And Jim and Luther come on just about every month, and that's a lot of fun. And we rip on Jim because of his boxing predictions, but it's a lot of fun.
I have a standard thing. I tell people don't bet.
Yeah.
All right. Smoking Jim brags about going down. There's a picture of him.
Well, if you can't get a hold of him, you call the PA system and they'll bring him up.
At Rivers Casino, there's a photo and the sports book of him. I said, they say, see this man.
Well, they're going to have a slot machine named after him pretty soon.
They should. They should, but
Jim's the best.
He missed the Super Bowl by a ton. The other night we're doing Golden Gloves boxing. He won 2 in the morning, then he's losing 2 in the evening.
So, you know what, though?
I go, why even bet?
You can't get a better.
Here's what I told him. He paid $360 last Tuesday. I said, let me hold it, and I'll give it to you tomorrow, and you'll have $360.
Right.
What are you going to have after tonight? I'm going to win, machine. I'm going to win. That didn't happen.
Well, you know what, though? He's a great guy. I love him to death.
He's the best guy in the media. Look at that smile.
He's the best.
Look at that.
But again, he predicted McGregor over Mayweather. Wasn't too crazy
let me
about
tell
that
you
pick.
that story. He suckered me into watching it with him.
Okay.
We go to Duke's Rib House and Grill. He told me meet me there. I thought it was a free showing of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. Well, I think the last time he won was the Clay Liston fight. I'm not sure. But that was it. He's trying, though. He's trying.
No, he's come out with saying Liston was like 20 years older than what he was.
He's got the inside information. Luther gets on him about
He got that scoop.
About the kidnapping. We won't get into that.
Yeah, he tried throwing that on me. Just like he calls the curse of Art Rooney, because for 40 years they lost.
Yeah.
I said he liked drinking with these coaches, and that's what he hired. He didn't really care about winning just so they played hard.
That's right.
That was the curse.
That's the curse. But,
so he was looking for a curse there.
No, but he's a good guy. Like I said, a lot of things that I'm doing now, to be honest with you, like we do a TV show together, Pittsburgh's Ring Talk. We do the Steel City Sports World together. If it wasn't for Jim, I met him in 2003 at the West Virginia Mountaineer racetrack.
I wondered where you met him.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for him,
he gets
I wouldn't be
around.
on this show. So
Yeah.
a lot of things he's introduced me to, and so he's been a plus in my life for sure. Hopefully, I've been a plus to him too.
That's my best friend from another mother.
He's the best.
Right
He is.
here. He makes it easy to talk about him, and I do. I take advantage of that, but he's such a humble guy.
I'm everybody's favorite black friend.
See, he brings out the race card before anybody gets a chance. I didn't know you were black till tonight. When did that happen? That's what I'm talking about. I wasn't brought up like that, Smoking Jim. My dad refereed City League championship games. He said, "This is my friend." He didn't say, "This is my black friend that's 6'11".
That's all right.
That's his
We let him
look
go.
at it.
We let him go.
I know. He's fun.
Oh, he is. He is. We have a lot of fun together.
You should see when we go driving to different boxing matches, and he drives. I can't even mention the last one, Monsville Prison we went.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. Yeah.
Well, you didn't hear this part. He picks me up, and the sun's shining. He goes, "Talking machine, you ever see it sun shining like this?" I go, "Yeah, my whole life." He goes, "It's in my eyes. We're getting to go on 79. He's swerving." I go, "Hey, Jim, pull over. Where's your sunglasses?" He goes, "I don't have any sunglasses."
Never seen him with sunglasses. Yeah.
No. Well, he didn't have sunglasses. He's fighting it, and finally he's on 79 going. I go, "We okay? Because we just pull over. I don't care. We're not in a hurry." He's never in a hurry anyhow, the way he drives.
No, he's not.
And the sun's full blare. He goes, "Have you ever seen that sun?" I go, "I'm looking at it right now." He goes, "How do you drive?" I go, "Look away from the sun."
But then he'll wreck.
I know, but
You got to watch.
what an adventure. So a good friend of ours, Sarah Mosen, bought him a pair of sunglasses.
Does he wear them, though?
He wore them on a show on Tuesday
All
night.
right. Okay. All right. Sarah's
And
good.
so
girl,
I
yeah.
made a mistake and said to her, "I have 3 pairs of sunglasses." She wants to know which pair I pick on a sunny day.
All right.
The one in the car.
Whatever's
That's
available.
It. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But that's one of our stories there.
But yeah, like so, when Luther and Jim are on, it's a great. The podcasts stay up. It's ClaudioRelsano.com. Even if you misspell it, it'll come up. It's on Spotify,
We
Stitcher.
had a confrontation, me and Gio, on your last name. Spell your last name.
REILSONO. Relsano. Relsano.
There. That's the Italian presentation.
Right.
I just said it like Pittsburgh, Rosano.
Yeah, they put a Z in there. That's all right. That's okay.
I'm from Pittsburgh.
That's all right.
What can I do?
That's all right. But
What's
everything's going well.
What's it look like in baseball this year?
We have a young team. The team that won 2 straight championships, they graduated.
Well, that happens.
Fantastic guys. Yeah, we won our conference 2 years in a
And
row.
there's no
Great guys.
scholarships at this school.
No, they play because they want to play, and
And they pay $50-some thousand to get it.
68 plus.
$68,000 to get educated.
But great group of guys, and we have a young team. But we had a nice fall, and we're gonna have a better spring. So we started about a month ago. First trip to Florida.
How'd it go?
Well,
you didn't go yet.
we didn't go
You're
yet.
going.
Yeah, and so we have a good group.
Where do you go in Florida?
Lakeland, Plant City, Tampa.
How many games you play?
We only play about 4. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. In Florida. And then we
Yeah.
come back here, and hopefully you play the rest of the schedule, but you don't. It's a crapshoot.
Weather in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
come on.
that's crazy.
Look,
Yeah, I mean,
it's raining
well,
here
here's
today.
what happens. It'll be nice from Monday to Friday around 2. Rain like hell on Friday, and then Saturday we can't play. It's nice all day Saturday, but we can't play because it's the fields are a mess. Then you try to sneak in a couple on Sunday.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's you play the hand that's dealt. But I have a great
Sure.
group of guys. I love
Where's your
coaching
home
them.
games at this year?
We have one in Bellevue. We have a couple in Bellevue Memorial and Swickley at S-Mark Field. Very
Okay.
nice field. Very pretty
Yeah.
field. Yeah. So it works out good. Like I said, there's not a place in the world I'd rather coach. The pro
14 years, I would hope
14
so.
years. Yeah, I love it there. The pro scouting company that I'm with wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Really?
Global Scouting Bureau. Yeah, I love it. The owner, James Gamble's a great guy. He gave me the break of a lifetime, and
How'd you
been there
meet
18
him?
years.
How'd you meet him?
Quick story, me and my wife were going to see Vinny Pazienza fight at Foxwoods in 1999. I
Wow.
wanted some reading material, saw that there was an ad for foreign player to play overseas.
Yeah.
I said, well, I can read and write and speak Italian. I'll give him a call. Called him contacted him 2 times a month for 13 months. Then he contacted me in January 2000.
13 months.
January 2001, he said, Claudio, I'd like you to work for the Global Scouting Bureau. Really, the truth is, he said, don't do backflips. He said, but I'd like you to coach in Italy. 3 years, $303,000 deal. I was making $800 a year at Quigley Catholic High School. I was climbing the ladder pretty quick.
Wow.
Dropped out of sight for a couple years, and then I went to Quigley Catholic High School, $800 a year. And here's a guy, I have a baby coming in May, and he's offering me $101 a year to go to coach in Italy.
Wow.
I said, I thought
You
about
said
it.
no.
Well, I thought about it for 2 weeks. Then I disappeared, went to Three River Stadium before he tore it down, which is, I think, today or yesterday. And I came home. My dad said, where were you? I told him. He said, if you have to think about an offer like that long, it's not for you. Called
Great
James
wisdom.
up. Yeah. I called James up. James, I said, I can't take it. And he said, well, how would you like to work for me? I said, well, hell, that's what I wanted to begin with,
Yeah.
And I've been with him ever since, 18 years.
That
And,
is great.
I couldn't have asked for a better guy to work for, and so many doors have opened because of that.
And
I'm
where do
very
you go to
grateful.
scout at?
All over the country. All over the country.
You'll travel.
Yeah. We have some in Pittsburgh, Chicago,
I
Missouri,
assume
Florida,
Pittsburgh, but I know you got to go south.
Rhode Island. We've been to Boston, New York, California, Arizona,
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
No, that's great.
Louisiana, of course.
Keeps you on the move.
Yeah, I don't have to do as much travel as I used to. We send the
really?
younger bucks. Yeah.
Oh,
let them-
good.
yeah. I still have to do
age
some.
come in handy then.
It does. I still have to go, but not as anywhere near as much as I used to.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That's interesting.
So, my goal ever since I was 8 was to be in professional baseball. I get to have both worlds, coach collegiately and scout professionally, and just
Pretty cool.
my prayers anymore consist of thank you, and that's it. I had great parents. I was fortunate enough to win an award a few years ago, and the first thing I said is, if you ever see a turtle on top of a fence post, you know he didn't get there alone. And so wherever it is that I'm at, I didn't get there alone for
Great
sure.
logic. You got to explain it to your buddy. Though.
He gets it. He gets it. He's part of getting that turtle on that fence post for sure. For sure.
No, I just had to throw that in because he misses some of that. I got to watch the words in the dictionary there.
That's all right.
We try to keep it simple, but no, that's great stuff.
Yeah, I'm very
No,
very blessed.
I wish you well with the team
Thank you,
this
thank
year.
you. Hopefully, you guys can come out to
Yeah,
to a
we'll,
game.
we'll try to make it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know.
there last year when you guys beat
Yeah.
Robert Morris to
We
death.
beat the hell out of them. Yeah,
Wow.
that was a tournament named after my parents. I have one
That's
every
right,
year,
that's right.
and I've been fortunate enough. The Italian section at the Heinz History Center wanted some stuff of mine, including that trophy. So it's there, right
That's
next
great.
to Dan Marino's Dapper Dan Award.
No way. What an
So,
honor.
There's a picture of me and my mom. They didn't put my dad in there. I don't know why, but a nice picture
How
of me
could
and my
they
mom.
not?
I know. But
on.
it's nice. It's nice.
No,
I'm
that's
very
awesome.
very grateful. Yeah. So.
I'll have to go down there and check it out now.
Check it out.
Now I
Check
know
it
it's
out.
there.
Yeah, it's there.
I'll say I know him. They're like, who?
Just don't
Claudia.
steal the trophy.
I just won't say the last name.
Just don't steal the trophy. I didn't think Jim could say my last name for years, but he says it real good.
When I first met you, he couldn't even tell me your last name.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was treating me like Pele, Cher, Reggie,
Yeah.
Claudio, but
Yeah.
there's a last name to it.
No, because I didn't know that. He goes, that's Claudia.
Yeah, no,
And that's how I knew you. I didn't know that.
And one of your guests, Adonis, today, Vince Kaplak. Remember Vince, big time, one of my best friends. He said to say hello to you. A lot of respect for you.
Wow.
Vinny was.
This is a connection right here on Pittsburgh
Vinny was
Sportsline.
PWX champion, 11-time champion, great
Really?
wrestler. Yeah, Vinny was a great wrestler, unbelievable wrestler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
so I think he could still do it if he wanted to. But
that's great
He
stuff.
pulled back. Yeah, he's a good guy.
No, thanks for all the information.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
We
it.
can handle it all. Good luck to
Thank
you in
you. I
all you
appreciate
do.
it.
You know,
Talk
I'm
to
a
you
big
soon,
fan
brother.
of yours
I
all
appreciate
the time.
you.
And whenever the podcast happens, I'll be there. No problem.
We'll get you on for sure.
Not a problem.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Take
Thank you,
care.
guys. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
John DeLallo, come on up.
Yeah. Smoking Jim.
How you doing, sir?
We're doing all right.
Give you the mic.
Thank you.
We'll ask you some questions. Did I pronounce your name right? Say your name.
From the old country, it's actually D. Lalo. D-I. But those terrible people at Ellis Island, when my grandfather came over, oh, D. Lalo, okay, D-E. And it stuck.
That's what it's been.
Well, he didn't want to make any trouble and end up back on the boat.
Yeah. Who needs that, right?
No, we don't need that.
Definitely. Where'd you grow up at?
Grew up in Bethel Park, and
Did you play any sports?
I played. I wrestled in high school, right down the street here at South Catholic.
Okay.
Not very successfully.
Hey, that happens.
What are you going to do? You know, and I also played linebacker for the Laughlin Air Force Base Flyers. And
How did that even happen?
Well,
You got to tell me that.
there were 2 Air Force bases that they were actually going to make remote tours within the continental United States. In 1969, 70, and 71, Del Rio, I mean, it was an armpit. It really was.
Yeah.
My wife was pregnant with our first son, and she started jonesing for a Big Mac. We drove 150 miles to San Antonio
For a Big Mac.
for a Big Mac. And because I was, even at that young age, I was smart enough to know, don't monkey with a woman with the pregnant hormones.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a sure path.
You're a
sure
smart
path
man.
to disaster.
And you're still alive to talk
Still
about
alive. Almost 50 years later, we'll be celebrating our 50th
it. Congratulations.
in August.
That
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, she put up with me all these years. I can't believe it.
No, that happens. And we met at an event for our mutual friend, Judge Ron Arnone.
Judge
who's
Arnone,
gonna be
right.
back on our show soon.
Exactly.
And we started talking, become friends. And you reached out to me that you wanted to talk about guns.
Absolutely. I love talking about guns.
We'll talk about guns right now. What do you got?
Well, tonight I thought I'd throw something out, to your audience, and it's a little challenge to the guys out there, particularly. Hey, shoot like a girl if you can. And let me tell you where I'm going with that.
Where are you coming from? That's where I want to know. I don't know where you're going, but
Well,
where are you coming from?
In the Olympic Games, for example, the last Olympic Games, there were 390 participants in the shooting sports from 19 different countries. And one of the real favorites down there is a young lady named Kim Rhodes. And you'll have to pardon me from reading from notes, but I'm getting old and a little bit stanud, so I can't remember everything.
Okay.
But Kim Rhodes did nothing more than to add to an Olympic legacy that's almost unfathomable. She earned her 6th straight individual Olympic medal, and this was in shotgun sports, busting claybirds. And she's already an idol among shooting fans, young and old alike. And now she's a sensation for the Olympic dreamers that are coming up behind her. And I get an opportunity to talk to an old friend named Dave Willard that I went to grade school with, and he's the rifle coach at Mount Lebanon High School.
Wow.
And I'm not kidding. Shoot like a girl if you can.
They're good.
Oh, it's that hand-eye coordination is just absolutely incredible.
You got it, folks. Try to shoot like a girl.
If you can. I had a guy challenge me on that. And he says, oh, what do you mean girls shoot better? I said, well, they have better hand-eye coordination. And he says, well, hand-eye coordination, what are you talking about? I says, get down to the craft store and get yourself a needlepoint kit and do some needlepoint. So, well, I'm going to do needlepoint. No, I says, well,
You're not going to shoot either.
I says, and you're never going to shoot like a girl. And I think he's still angry with me. And that was probably about 6 years ago.
Well, some
I'm not
people take
absolutely
offense to a lot of different things.
Well,
This is a family-friendly show. We're talking guns.
Well, exactly, and what I wanted to get across was, the firearm, obviously the self-defense issues there,
Sure.
but that we have so many, really diverse sports where we use firearms. That's our tool.
Yeah.
The hammer thrower, you use a hammer. In the shooting sports, you use a firearm of some sort or another, and you've got the international. IDPA, which is the International Defensive Pistol Association. You've got the Metropolitan Pittsburgh Revolver League, which
Wow.
is right here in Allegheny County. And what you find is there's very few police officers on it, and nobody's shooting revolvers. So, most of them are semi-automatic.
Interesting.
Semi-automatics. And then, of course, you've got the AR platform rifle, and AR, by the way.
What is that?
AR stands for Armalite Rifle. There's a gentleman named Gene Stoner back in the 60s that invented the M16, or what actually morphed into the M16.
All right.
But it started out as the AR, Armalite Rifle, Pattern 15. And that was and is today, it's still in use. But that is used in competitions. We have the America's Rifle Challenge, which is another, take on the AR.
Yeah.
And it's a skyrocketing sport because they're very popular, because they're very, very light. They have practically zero recoil. And I've got a couple of photos here. In fact, I sent these over to you by email. And
We're right here now. I'll see what my man can do on the camera right now.
But,
Jeff's great on this camera.
Sounds
Put that
like
down.
a plan. But you can go on these America's Rifle challenges with the AR platform. Sometimes in a single gun competition where you're only using the AR, or sometimes in a 2-gun competition, which some folks like to call outlaw competitions. But I do want to make one point: the shooting sports. For anybody out there who is concerned, about their kids, for example, becoming involved in the shooting sports, it's safer than bowling.
Say that again.
It is safer. The shooting sports are safer than bowling.
Wow. I used to bowl.
Me too, until I threw my back out. My sacred iliac, or whatever that thing is.
The old sacroiliac.
That's
I
the one.
understand that.
But seriously,
No, that's very interesting. Thanks for those facts there. What else do you got?
well, again, it's game after game after game after game.
Well, we're here, a couple. We got.
But if anybody's really, really interested in getting involved in the shooting sports, whether it's trap, skeet, pistol, rifle, moving and shooting, standing still,
Yeah.
whatever your bag is, I'd recommend that they get a hold of the Allegheny County Sportsman's League, and that's simply www.acslpa, Allegheny County Sportsman's League, of Pennsylvania. So www.acslpa.org, and you can join up with over 200,000 people in Allegheny County that are involved in the shooting sports.
In Allegheny County.
Allegheny County, we have 47 sportsmen's clubs and sports women's clubs in Allegheny County alone.
I didn't know that.
What was I guess the point I'm making, shoot like a girl if you can.
Yeah.
The largest growing segment is women.
Sure. We're seeing it in boxing now and MMA and other things like that. so-
Absolutely. And I frankly enjoy women's boxing. I think they're it's a word I'm looking for. I think they approach the sport
A little differently than men.
more of a. It goes back to what I remember. Sitting with my dad. Watching the Friday night fights.
Sure, sure.
Sponsored by Gillette and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Those guys came out banging, and it was pure. and you don't see the gamesmanship and the ridiculous ring walks and the
songs,
please,
You can do away with that.
Smoking, I gotta tell you, if I see you doing a ring walk and rapping for a boxer, whether he's local or international, I'm gonna have to hurt you. That's all there is to it. And we don't do ring walks in the shooting sports either.
Understand. What do you do?
Well, the first thing we do is we have a mandatory safety briefing. If you don't attend the safety briefing, you don't participate.
Really?
It's just that simple. The safety principles are well established, but even yet and still, you go over them. Every shooter in these competitions has got a range safety officer literally following him around if it's a shoot and move kind of competition. He's got the timer, and if there's any kind of a malfunction, they'll stop it on the spot. Make sure everything's clear. Make sure the gallery is positioned in such a way that nobody in the gallery is gonna
you don't need that.
Going to catch a hot one. No,
That's a good thing. So it's safe out there.
It is. It really is. It's a lot of fun.
How long have you been shooting?
Oh my God.
Make a guess.
Well, what's 12 less 70? I mean,
58 years.
Almost 60 years.
That is great.
And shooting.
And who taught you?
It started out to be a self-taught thing, and that's really, really, really a horrible thing to do.
I'm going back before you educate yourself about it. Sure.
Exactly. Don't teach yourself. There's lots of training opportunities out there. Again, there's 47 shooting clubs. You walk into one of these shooting clubs that has an open shooting night, and you announce, I don't know what I'm doing and I need help. Believe me, you'll get all the help you need.
Wow.
You really will. And it doesn't cost you a nickel. You can pay a lot for training, or you can get training just hanging around, if you will.
Sure.
And I'm a certified instructor, and I've saved some guys a lot of aggravation.
When did you get certified?
I got.
I'm asking hard questions.
No, I got certified back, I think, about 1986. And
that's not bad. That's 33 years.
I've probably taught. I'm not actively teaching anymore.
Sure.
It's more range safety, pointers, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in formal classroom settings, I've probably taught well over 1,000 people. And believe it or not, most of them women.
Really?
And I would rather, I'll be honest with you, particularly when we come to the live fire portion, I'd rather teach 27 women than one guy that comes in there, knows everything, and he's going to turn into Wyatt Earp on me.
Wow.
I've
had that.
I've had to boot a few men off the range.
Okay.
Because, if I tell you once, it's a suggestion. If I tell you again, it's a warning. Not unlike boxing.
Right.
If I got to come to you the third time,
you're done.
Clear your gun, put it down on the line, go back there. I'll make sure it's clear. I'll bring it back to you. You put it in the case you brought it in. Get in your car and go home.
Wow.
And here's a guy that might have laid out $125 for a course.
Sure.
But
that's it.
He's not going to put me in danger, and he's certainly not going to put my students in danger.
No, I appreciate your safety. You're talking about safety with firearms.
And again, it all gets back, the shooting sports is so well regulated, refereed, if you will. Range safety officers all over the place. Most of the, for example, we have a ladies' day once a year at my sportsman's club.
Yeah.
And wonderful woman runs it, Lisa Forlano, and we have volunteers. We had 31 women there last year.
Nice.
Every shooter had their own personal coach. It's all one-on-one.
That is great.
Well, it's the only way you can do it to ensure the safety.
No, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it.
No, listen, I tell you, I enjoy it. And Open invitation anytime. You two smoking, you want to hit the range?
Yes, sir.
Just
Whoa,
kick in for some iced tea and a box of ammo. I'll even bring the hardware.
Whoa, there's a deal.
So, and by extension, the listeners out there, if you're interested, get a hold of me. I'm a fair weather shooter because I'm old.
Yes.
I'm not. We're not going out in 20 below and shooting.
I understand that.
But warm weather outdoor range, and I'll be more than happy to take anybody along. Like I say, just bring.
You heard it first on
That's it.
Pittsburgh Sportsline. Smoking Jim and I are invited to shoot with John DeLallo.
That's it. Just bring the iced tea and, like I say, a couple boxes of ammo. You let me know what caliber you want to shoot, and we're good to go.
Wow, we'll have to think about that. Thank you.
And we can do that. We can grab our illustrious cameraman.
If he's available.
Well, I have to clear it too with the board of directors out there, but we could use a little good publicity.
Whoa, this might be a future show.
I'm hopeful.
You're pumping me up, John.
I'm hopeful. Can we imagine this? We're going to put a gun in Al's hands.
I'm used to pointing. Give me that gun. All right.
All right.
Hey, thanks
Al,
a lot.
You bet.
My pleasure. Welcome to Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Thank you so much.
Hold a mic.
All right.
Tell them your name.
I am Sam Adonis, the international pro wrestling superstar from right here in Pittsburgh.
Unbelievable.
It's very believable.
We've had a couple wrestlers on in the past. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I was going to say that. It's very believable because Pittsburgh is very
it's in our DNA.
Well known for professional wrestling.
Where did you grow up?
Monroeville, Pennsylvania.
Guess who's born there?
Gateway Gators? Are you Gateway Gator as
You
well?
know what? You're off the show because I got to hear about it.
Now we can
they
gang up on you.
cheated with housing.
Marino, the greatest of all
They
time.
promised jobs to the parents. They recruited from all over the tri-state area.
I was in high school when Terry Smith was the coach, so
They ran it straight.
I was a junior when we had Justin King, and we had a hell of a
They
team.
ran it straight. I understand that.
I was a bit out of shape. I was too into professional wrestling. Never really got into the football
Really?
back then. But
What
I should've.
position did you play?
I didn't. No, I'm saying I was wrestling at that point, so I didn't
My
play.
favorite sport.
I
I'm
should
taping
have.
Monday Night Raw as we speak.
Well, my brother is actually Corey Graves from Monday Night Raw. I don't know if you're.
No
you know who
way.
that is. Yeah, so
I've heard that name.
It's in the DNA, the blood. So Pittsburgh's well known for its
Well,
wrestling.
the guy's from Plum that plays guitar.
Elias, yeah, he's another good friend of mine. I've known him for years.
What's your real last name?
Polinsky, Sam Polinsky would be my real last name, and
Nice.
Sam Adonis is
I
my
wanted to
wrestling
get to
name.
the roots of it because I'm a question guy.
That's quite all right. I'm an answer guy. I'm a professional wrestler. I'm good with a microphone.
I
That's what we do.
appreciate that. That's why I gave you the mic. Hold it. Show us this.
This will be Wrestle Rex. Are you trying to cover my face up?
Yes.
Don't do that. Wrestle Rex, which is coming to the South Side. It's the first time wrestling's going to be on East Carson Street in quite
Ever.
a long time. I would say.
I'd say
ever. It's coming to the Rex Theater on
Except
February.
in the streets they were brawling.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't sanctioned. But it's February 28th, and I'll be on the event, as well as two
Oh, there's your name. Look.
of the biggest
Sam
stars.
Adonis.
Sam Adonis. This is me with my mean face right there, the villain face. But we got
That was pretty good.
a couple of the biggest wrestling stars in the world right now. A guy named Pentagon, Penta Zero Miedo, and Ray Phoenix. They're actually like internet stars. You know how now YouTube and all that stuff's just as big as
Well,
TV.
you're on an unusual show. This is TV.
Exactly. It's weird. I feel like
I
we're
know,
back in
it's on
1999.
TV.
You know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm liking
Definitely.
it. But the guys coming into the show are world class.
No, that's great. Who put it together?
I'm actually helping organizing with the Rex.
No way.
I actually worked at the Rex for the better part of 10 years before I was living
Yeah.
outside the country. I was doing security for the guys, and now that I'm back in town, everybody says, "When are you wrestling in town? When are you wrestling in town?" I said,
Let's
make
do it.
Let's make it happen. So I got a bunch of the crew together. This is going to be
Beer,
a big event.
tacos, live wrestling action.
It doesn't
How
get
can
much
you go
better.
wrong?
Doesn't get much
That's
better than that.
Pittsburgh.
Exactly. So it's going to be awesome.
602 East Carson,
Yes, sir.
the Rex Theater.
Right across the
That's
street from the
legendary.
Nakama. Oh yes, it's been there forever, and I think it's going to be a hell of a night.
I've been there before.
Yeah, I've seen so many concerts there. Yeah. I
Yes.
usually show up there without any idea what concert I'm going to see, but
You want to hear music.
I've learned some good stuff. Yeah, I've had a
Definitely.
blast.
What got you into wrestling?
My father and my brother.
They forced you.
You could say that. Yeah.
I did.
My dad was the biggest Bruno Sammartino fan on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, I'm 29 years old, and I can honestly say there's probably not another kid in the city my age that knows as much about Bruno as I do because of my upbringing with him.
And darn, we almost had Bruno's son on the show.
Great.
He got sick.
I haven't seen him in a while, but I've actually
Daryl.
I'm personal friends with Dominic DeNucci, and I've wrestled Dominic DeNucci when when I was 18. He was 63.
Wow.
I had one of Dominic DeNucci's last matches, so that was pretty cool.
What an honor.
It was great, and he's still one of the best guys to be around.
So your dad instilled this in you.
Oh yes, I
force-fed you on
pretty
it.
much.
Had you work out.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Get
all
in shape.
It was
work
all
on
part
that
of the
face.
deal. My dad was one of the local promoters, so
I'll get on.
as a kid, I was the one running around building the ring and hanging out, bugging the wrestlers,
How cool
asking
was
the
that?
questions. It was fantastic, in a way that probably warped me a bit because being a
How
10-year-old,
can it not?
being a 10-year-old kid growing up in the world of professional wrestling probably gives you insight on some things other 10-year-olds shouldn't see.
I grew up. I'm a little bit older than you, and I understand that. But my grandfather in McKeesport used to watch wrestling.
At the Palisades?
No, on TV.
Okay.
In McKeesport, and he'd go to Alan. I'm like 6, 7 years old. He goes, "Do you think this is real?" And I was 7 years old, and I'm like, "No, it's not real."
Oh, no.
I told him that then.
You can't
and
say
he
that.
argued
You can't
with
say
me.
that. I'm 6'4", Alan. Come on.
He argued. I know you are.
Yeah.
We were looking
tell my
we
doctors.
were looking at eye to eye though, so
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot, but that's no problem.
Tell that to Dr. Rogel in Monroe, who's done my 3 knee surgeries, and it's not real. So
Well, the falls and the pitfalls.
Oh,
and
it hurts, man.
The throwing
It's-
and stuff. That's real.
there's all kinds of stuff. It's subjective. You gotta take the good with the bad.
I
It's-
have an open mind.
Exactly. That's what you got to say, and it's big business. There's a lot of people involved. It's fun for everybody.
Here's the thing: it's entertaining,
exactly.
and
Exactly.
people love it.
Exactly.
When do you see old ladies going crazy about their wrestler?
And there's nowhere else on earth that the fans can dictate what's happening.
Sure.
You can get in there, get
Up,
everybody
down,
exactly.
all around. You're my man. You're spitting in their face, and they love you.
Exactly. Well, it's funny because in Mexico City, I've actually had some success for the last 2 years.
What'd you do there?
I portrayed a villain, and I had a special
You got
prop.
a face for a villain.
I had a prop. I used to come out to the ring in Mexico City in front of thousands every night with an American flag with Donald Trump's face on it. So I've actually I have incited riots in Mexico City.
You can't beat that.
It was
And
awesome.
you're still alive.
I'm still alive to tell about it. And believe it or not, the Latina
You
women
made America great.
Latina women love the bad guys, so they actually,
Really?
it was fun down there, and I had a run with it, learned Spanish out of it. So the national media up here in the USA actually picked that up. So I was all over NBC, CNN, Vice.
Hey, we're all about marketing. If you get a little niche, why not run
Exactly,
it, right?
exactly. So I've had such good opportunities. I was on Don Lemon live.
No way.
I did a studio interview. I was in Tampa in their studio while he was in, I think, New York or Chicago.
Get on. That's
And we had
so cool.
We had a face-to-face interview. So
You can't beat that.
oh, I've had some fun.
and now
so-
you're talking to the talking machine and smoking Jim Frazier.
Exactly. I'm in Olive Oil's Pizza here in
Brookline,
Brookline,
downtown
Pennsylvania,
Brooklyn.
Pittsburgh, rock and roll. It doesn't get much better
9:30
than this.
Brookline. Look at the pizza.
Bright lights,
smoking
big city,
Jim licked it clean.
rock and roll.
Try a pizza.
And we're here in the 412, and we're here to enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish I could enjoy the pizza, but it's not the weekend, so I
really?
saved my
You're
pizzas.
watching your cards.
I had pizza yesterday, so after
You're
I'm
doing
done,
a modified Atkins.
exactly. After tonight, I'm going to get out of here and go to the gym and try to work off yesterday's pizza.
I like your sarcasm and your style.
It
We'll
needs to
get
be done.
along fine. 'cause
Exactly.
That's how I operate. No, this is great. What's after this?
I actually am super busy all the time. I work.
I figured that's why I'm asking.
I work all over the United States, and I actually go back to Japan for a month.
What are you doing in Japan? You're taller than everybody.
I work for a company called All Japan Pro Wrestling, which is the same company.
What a coincidence.
That's the company that Bruno Sammartino used to wrestle for in Japan.
No
So
way.
I'm the second Pittsburgher ever to work for this company. So
You're right behind Bruno.
I wish to God you could say that, but you can't. He's on a level of his own. So
Yes, he is.
One of these
May
days.
rest in peace.
Yeah, one of these days I'd like to be a little asterisk on the side of Pittsburgh Wrestling next to his name. But
Wow. No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
so how many shows do you do in Japan?
I'll be there for 4 weeks. It's 18 dates. It's a tournament.
18.
Yeah, 18 matches in 4 weeks. It's a round robin tournament. It's actually
I guess wrestling is real.
yeah, it's the oldest and most prestigious tournament in wrestling. It's called the Champion Carnival.
You dress like a sumo.
No, I wear a sequin robe like the Nature
I thought
Boy.
you get to be like a sumo on the stage.
Maybe I can have some pizza after all. You know,
You would. You'd
If
be
that's
able
the
to
case,
bulk up that
why
belly.
not?
Like Ric Flair?
I do. I come out strutting.
You're Flash.
That's it, man. I got to get the
Go
ladies
with
all
the
wound
Flash.
up. Got to get
How's
them
that
going.
working out?
I have a blast with it.
We won't have Smoking Jim ask any questions.
Smoking Jim needs to come down.
He's got here's what he does. A couple years ago, he posted on Facebook with a beautiful woman. Then he did it again the next day. Then the next day. Then the next day. And when we have women as guests, he goes, "Hey, machine, take a picture." I go, "I didn't even sit down yet." So I call it Sweeties for Jimmy.
That's all right.
Every day, if you
Where are the
friend him
Sweeties
on
tonight? Come on.
No, they didn't come out. The weather's bad.
Man, if you should have told them I was here, man, they'd have been in here.
They
They'd
heard.
have been here.
They heard. They were clawing at the doors, but the rain scared them away.
man.
I tried my best,
That's all right. Next time. That's a reason for me to come back.
and we got to thank Mario Tempest for introducing me to you.
I think me and Smoking Jim over here need to judge a bikini contest here in Pittsburgh this summer.
You know what? That's
Or maybe we can have a ring girl contest for my show.
that
here on
would
the
be a
28th.
coming attraction.
Let's
See
do
what
it.
we learned at Gateway?
This place will be packed out the door. You know.
We would pack them in. There'd be tons of guys.
That's it. The winner of the contest gets a free pizza. The
You-
women
you-
will be lined up all the way,
You haven't
all the way to
seen-
Beachview.
You haven't seen the women that he posts on Facebook.
I'm
with.
sure they're lovely. He's
They
from
are.
Gateway. He's got good
They
standards.
are. They go, "How does he do it?"
It's the main man.
And they
right
don't
there.
know his age because it's a mystery. He's between 30 and 50. We don't know.
Do they need to know?
We don't know when he's born.
Nobody needs
He's
to know.
not telling anybody. He posts up old-time photos of playing football. I go, "What year?" LOL. Because there ain't
the
no
women
way
love
I'm
it.
here.
The women love it.
Look at him. Look at that face.
That's it. He's glowing, man.
Look
I
at
get
this
it.
face.
We got this.
I'm glad you could handle yourself with this. So far, you filled in perfectly.
Well, this is what I do.
That's why I kept you for last.
That's it. Wrestling.
How you doing?
Wrestling is 20% physical, 80% microphone skills. So that's why I've had success.
Let me ask you a question. Right now, my favorite wrestler is Bobby Lashley. How would you do against him?
I actually am friends with Bobby Lashley.
Wow.
I was on a
Whoa.
show with him in Monterrey, Mexico. So I don't know. He's about 4 inches taller than me and maybe 40 pounds heavier. But I don't know.
You can handle it.
I can take a punch, so
My
I'm not worried
all-time
about it.
favorite wrestler is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
that's
I
his-
watch him on YouTube.
One of the
every
best.
day.
One of the best,
Oh,
man. See, I like more of the 80s style.
Oh, do you?
My name comes after a guy named Adrian Adonis. I don't know if you remember him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of who I was named after.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like all the old stuff. Ric Flair, Barry Windham, all the good
Well,
stuff.
look, your dad force-fed you on that
Force
stuff.
fed me, yes, exactly.
So, and what's your brother do?
My brother's the commentator for WWE, so
Okay.
he's doing well. He's on Monday. What time is it right now? Is it
Here, it's
8 o'clock?
Oh, your
8:25.
brother's one of the
My
commentators.
brother is on
Yeah,
TV
that's-
on Monday Night Raw as we speak. So
one that
it's-
wears the tie.
Yeah, the
That's your brother.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good-looking guy.
That's
yeah, okay. Yeah.
You're talking about me, right? Not my brother.
I see the family resemblance.
There you go. Now it makes sense, right?
He's quick.
Yeah, exactly.
He messed up on that.
Yeah, so it's
What's after Japan then?
I'm just every weekend I'm somewhere else. Next week I'm in.
I'm testing you,
Tampa,
that's why.
Florida. Tampa, Florida. Then I got Chicago coming up, and then I have Albuquerque, New Mexico, Lubbock, Texas. Back
Can
in.
you even say all
Well,
that?
I can. I should
I'm
turn it
checking
into.
you.
I should turn it into a name game or something like that. Maybe I should be a
What's
rapper.
capital? What capital of that state is that? No.
It'd be Austin, Texas. There
Okay.
you go. So, yeah.
He went to Gateway,
Yeah,
and
we have no idea.
his math skills and geography skills aren't even on the charts.
I am good. I am good because every once in a while your cell phone dies and you have to read the map in the magazine and
No.
behind the seat in the airplanes. So I'm pretty
You
good
know
with cities.
that.
Oh yeah.
My hat goes off.
I got
to
my
you.
United
and
States.
you're only 29. and you
I know.
that.
I know every city that Delta has a hub in by the back of my hand. Always fly
must have
Delta.
been bored on those
No
flights.
United, no American. Delta.
Did you get your $1
Can they
million
sponsor us?
for flying so far?
No, believe it or not, no, because my promoters buy my flights. So I always prefer Delta. But sometimes promoters have their preferred miles.
Sure.
So each year I collect almost enough. And then it
that's
rolls over. Yeah. Every year I will have just like barely, if I have one more flight on each airline, I'd have a free, vacation somewhere.
Sure.
But every year it seems
Well, you
to
got
screw me
years
up.
ahead of you to do that.
Well, exactly. I think I'm a
You
couple.
look goal oriented.
I'm a couple. I'm a couple weeks away from being able to decide I can only fly Delta in a window seat. You know, those are the demands I choose to make one day.
What aisle?
I'd say closer.
You
to the
need
front.
leg room?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Emergency aisle is good for me. I am 6'4".
Okay. We're going to check that out. That tape looked a little lengthy there. Just in my book.
There you go.
Not that I'm disputing that much.
Yeah, we're sitting down right now.
Yes. And you're rather tall. I'm
There you
looking
go.
up at you.
Exactly. I'm slouching too. I haven't made it to the gym yet. I don't have a pump on.
And then with this show here, how many wrestlers are fighting in that night?
There's going to be 6 matches that night.
Okay.
Some have two guys in each match. Some have 4, and one has 6. So there's probably about 18 to 20 fighters on the night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it'll be packed. Everybody on the show is like world-class level. There's like 2 or 3 of the better Pittsburgh guys will be on it, but this is more or less a chance for the wrestling world to come to Pittsburgh.
Our former guest, Chris LaRusso's
Exactly.
on the card.
He's one of the top guys here in
He's
Pittsburgh.
gotten better the last couple years.
Oh, yes.
He works hard.
He does. He's a good friend of mine, so I've known him for years.
Tell him I said hello.
I definitely will do. But, yeah, it's definitely really cool just to bring these guys to Pittsburgh for once. And, again, I don't know when I'm actually able to wrestle here in Pittsburgh, so it's always fun for me to be able to have my friends and family show up.
Yeah.
The fact that it's the South Side, this is going to be like a high
your
school.
dad still
it's gonna
alive?
Yeah, he's still maybe
Is he
not
rooting for you?
He will be. I hope so.
I got to ask that.
For now, yeah. But it should be a big Gateway reunion that night, you know. I actually went back to Gateway High School a few months ago. I speak Spanish now, living in Mexico for 2 years.
wow, you
So, yeah, I learned living with
He
my
went to
with my
Spanish
girlfriend.
school that he
I
doesn't
can count
know.
to 10. I can count
Well,
to 10.
the
Spanish
Spanish-
once
One.
half a year.
What's one?
The
He
Spanish
doesn't
department.
even know Una.
Yeah. Well, the Spanish department in Gateway actually contacted me to go
Really?
speak to
You're
the children.
kidding.
So I went and I had like a 40-minute seminar with the children about speaking Spanish and how, yeah, so just a weird opportunity these professional wrestling has presented me with. Is
Well, you
definitely,
got an open mind. Look
Yeah,
what's happened.
exactly,
To you.
exactly.
You're a world traveler.
Exactly.
Stay on Delta.
I've lived a millionaire's life on a shoestring budget, so that's pretty
Excellent.
cool. Had fun with it.
I like goals like that.
It wasn't a goal. It's just a passion. You know, you just stick with it. I'm just too stubborn to do anything else, I guess. You know.
Well, it shows me you're smart because you don't want to work.
Last week it took me 15 hours to get to San Francisco, get off the plane, go straight to the arena, wrestle, and then get to my hotel to sleep for 3 hours to catch my flight back. So that was kind of work. But
Wow,
you know,
what a
that's,
struggle.
That's good with the bad.
Did they pay you for that?
I got paid for it.
Okay.
But I didn't have a window seat all the time. So,
You're kidding me.
Could have been
what
better.
a disappointment.
Exactly.
I was the stewardess.
They weren't good. That's why I say stay away from United. Delta's good.
Now we got the truth out.
Or if you're in Europe, if you fly KLM, Dutch Airways, best in the world.
Really?
Oh my gosh. About 6 foot tall, long blonde hair, blue eyes. They're the best looking women you'll ever see in your life.
Always have more fun.
Yes, they do.
See, he knows that.
That's it. That's a gateway
Your
brother right
gateway
there.
guys
He gets
are-
it. He knows what's up.
What's that blonde streak in the back of your hair?
I'm trying to live up to the hype for the girls. You know?
How's that working out?
It's working, man.
Okay.
I'm still on the run from my ex in Mexico City, but
All right. Well,
other than that, let's put it this way.
all our shows are saved on YouTube. We don't want
she'll
to say
find
too
me, yes.
much.
If
She'll search it and
yeah,
find you.
if someone's outside with a Molotov cocktail of olive oil's pizza, it might be my ex-girlfriend. You know?
That's I dealt
Luckily,
with
this is pre-taped. You know.
it. This will be shown Wednesday night.
Yeah, stay
be
tuned to
too
Channel
late.
4 Action News. We'll see what happens.
It'll be too late. Verizon 32 in the greater Pittsburgh area.
my goodness.
From Nemacolin to Cranberry, Wexford.
There you go.
All points in between, even Monroeville.
Fantastic. We'll get some people out there watching it.
I'll give you a card so you got
You
it.
already gave me one.
I'll give you another one.
I'll
to
give them
your
out.
dad.
I'll give them out to people in Monroeville, so we all have it. There
You
you
can
are.
like Pittsburgh Sportsline, you know.
Fantastic.
We
I already
appreciate it.
did.
What's our time check look like? We got to check this because
I
much?
can talk for 2 minutes. You don't even need to say a word. It's kind of what I do.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I'm good.
That's all right. I know. He's a professional right here.
I'm
Look at
good.
that.
I can shut down. I can
That's
hit
all
a
right.
period.
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to talk about, I can talk about it.
What do you look for in the future of wrestling for you?
Just having fun, man. I'm excited. I've had a really good life. I've just
I can tell.
traveled all over the world. I'm glad to be back in Pittsburgh, honestly. One of your
We
guests
appreciate
earlier.
that.
Well, it's cool because they talk about the 6 degrees of separation. I truly
There's only
believe
two in
in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. That's exactly what I'm going to
It's
say.
your family and who knows you.
Exactly. Everybody
I've been
knows
saying it
somewhere.
for years.
Exactly. What are the likeliness I'd be here with another Gateway graduate here?
The odds are astronomical.
It's insane.
I'm telling you, astronomical.
It's Pittsburgh. It's a great place to be. So I'm happy to be back, and I'll be here for a while.
Well, you talked enough. You almost got a couple more words in than me, but I had to shut you down.
That's all right.
This show's over. I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. If you can get everyone to come out February 28th to
Hold
the Rex Theater in the South Side, Wrestle Rex.
$50 a ticket.
$50 for the VIP, but general admission's only $20.
$20.
Yes, so
Come on out, see us.
world class pro wrestling for $20. Beer, tacos, and live pro wrestling.
How can you go wrong with
That's
beers,
all you need.
tacos, and live wrestling?
Maybe the hot women that'll be there to see me. That'll just make it better.
We'll have to find
and
out.
that bikini contest we're having in here, right?
Pittsburgh Sportsline sponsored bikini contest.
It's coming. It's coming.
Look this summer.
Coming to a city near you.
Watch for this summer. I'm telling you.
Live from Mineral
Got me
Beach.
No. Yeah, it could be. That's where Skeet's service station.
Winner gets a full olive oils pizza.
Yeah.
One topping only. One topping only.
That is it. This is it, folks. We end each show in honor of a kid who died of cancer from DIPG. We say, stay Joey strong.